Okay, so here's an example that we're going to do on using the EQ that comes with Reaper to remove hum from a Soundscape recording, or well, in this case a recording, but in the case of a Local Sodas live feed, you could use Reaper in your chain of audio signal and in order to remove the hum. So there's the hum. You can hear that. So if you go to the FX of Reaper and choose Cocos, which is all the native plugins that they provide, and we'll look for REA EQ. So EQ is basically a filter. Different types of filters that you can apply to boost or remove frequencies. So you notice in the upper range here, there's our peepers that we're listening to are very active in that range. So we want to kind of concentrate on the low range, which is where the hum is. The first one band that they give you 4 different bands that have different presets. So this one's set for low shelf, second and third are for band, and the fourth for high shelf. So if we boost the low shelf, you notice that our hum is getting more apparent. So that's instead, let's change that to reduction and increase the frequency. And you notice we've gotten rid of the hum. However, we've also wiped out a lot of the bass content of the feed or the audio signal. So that's a rather brash way to do it. So instead, we won't do it this way. We'll instead use band number 2, which defaults to band filter. So in other words, what that means is this frequency is going to become a center frequency, and then we'll have a range around it, plus and minus, that we can boost or drop. So right now we'll boost, and let's make this a little smaller. And let's slide this around just here where we can hear it. Notice it kick in there, the bass fundamental of the tone, at around 64, 58, stronger. But we know that in North America, electrical hum happens at 60 cycles, so it's even stronger at 60. And now we'll reduce it. Now it's still there, but it's there at a higher harmonic. So instead of making this really big and doing the exact same thing that the low shelf was doing, we'll keep it somewhat precise. And we'll drop this even more. In fact, we can do that using a notch filter, which disables the gain function and just removes it all the way. Let's employ another filter, and and make this one narrow. Let's find that other frequency. See how that's getting stronger, and the closest it'll want to get to, because it's sort of programmed to follow the Western chromatic scale. Let's make this 120, which is 1 harmonic above 60. So if you multiply it by 2, you get the first harmonic. And now let's remove that, or use the notch to remove it. Okay, so if we just bypass for a sec, and now with it back in, you notice most of it's gone, but there's still a little bit there if you listen carefully. And so let's use this first band, but we're going to change it to band. and take it that much. Let's just boost it for a sec to find that other frequency. See here, it's starting to come in. So instead of sounding like wind, it has a bit more of a electronic tone to it. And that happens to be twice as much as the previous one at 240. And now I'll remove it. No, in this case I'm not going to use the notch because I don't need to go down that much. About 8 or 9 dB, it's plenty out. At 3, it's almost faintly there, so we don't need to notch it out to remove so much stuff from the content. So just to compare again, this is without EQ, and now with. And if there is some bass frequencies, yes, they're going to be deficient in these areas, but we've lost our hum, which is the more important thing. Now we can also, some cases you start out your feed and everything's nice and clean, but then you get some rain or snow or something like that, in which case you lose, or you start to get some hum in your signal because the cables are wet and everything's gotten wet, so it's turned into a big antenna, and suddenly you got electrical hum, but you can't go out and fix it, so you can go into Reaper and get rid of it this way. We could save this preset this way, and then if we for a later time we find we open another session, we were working fine, but then the hum appeared, we can open the EQ under effects and then go find our preset. There's a whole bunch of factory ones that come from Cocos, and then the ones at the bottom are the ones I've made, and this one here, hum 3 band, is the one we just created. And off you go. You don't have to have the effects window open in order for it to function. Okay, so that's our example using the built-in EQ that comes with Reaper in order to remove hum from your recording or live signal.